Think it's all sunshine and roses? Think again.
Oh my god.
So you've considered becoming an herbalist. Well, we are diving deep into the things that they may not mention in those glowing testimonials and beautiful Instagram posts. So before you jump in headfirst, there are some realities to consider. Let's do this. In this video, we'll peel back the leaves to reveal the untold truths about the world of herbalism and is it the right path for you. But let's start off. Probably one of the most overlooked, but one of the most foundational untold truths: education is key. And side note, it is something that has probably been overlooked already in this video. I have a medical disclaimer down in the description box below that you guys can check out, which ties into this. This is where the "they don't tell you" part comes in. A lot of online information can be misleading or just downright wrong. Herbalism requires proper education and study. Consider enrolling in a reputable herbalism program or finding a qualified herbalist as a mentor. Untold truth number 2, it is not a quick fix. So starting with expectations. Herbal remedies are fantastic for supporting overall health and well-being, but just like conventional medical model prescription medicine, they are also not magic bullets. Healing with herbs takes time. A tip for this one is to think about consistency, finding the right combination for your body, and sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error. Untold truth number 3, it's a commitment. You might be sitting there thinking, well, this is obvious, that's common sense. Of course, there's going to be commitment involved, going to school, doing studies, learning about a whole new world of resources and things at your disposal. But learning about herbs takes dedication. Understanding plant identification, the properties, safe dosages for each and every different body, and potential contraindicators is crucial. There's a whole world of knowledge to explore. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready for long-term commitment? So we're moving on to the not so glamorous side as we unpack this untold truth here, and that is the not so glamorous side of herbalism. So let's just be honest. Let's be a realist for a second. Herbalism isn't always sunshine and teacups. There's prep work involved, drying herbs, making tinctures, researching new plants. And all of those examples that I just mentioned may be very exciting in the moment and early on in your journey. The flip side to it, the realism of it all, is that it can be messy, time-consuming. It can be expensive to purchase all of these new tools and equipment that you will need for this new chapter and this new journey. So it requires some patience. It requires a little bit of grounding and a realistic outlook of this big decision ahead of you. Untold truth number 4 kind of piggybacks off of number 3, and that is not every herb is for everyone. We all have unique bodies that chemically react differently to different plants and herbs, just like every person's body may react chemically different to every prescription medication. Just because something worked wonders for your friend or family member, it's not a guarantee that the same outcome will happen for you. There can be interactions with medications, allergies to consider, and some herbs can be lethal and toxic to humans if used incorrectly. So know the dangers. That is why education is such a crucial foundation. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, you might be thinking, okay, all of this sounds horrible.
Oh my god.
But I promise you, we're on the up and up now, friends. So there is good news. Despite the challenges that we just spoke about, herbalism is incredibly rewarding. The connection you build with nature, the knowledge you gain, and the ability to support your own health and potentially help others, it's truly empowering. So we're back to the question, is herbalism right for you? Let's get into some tips to get you started, but first, important questions to ask ourselves. Question number 1 is how? How are you going to turn this herbalism dream into a reality? How will it play out into fruition? So some of the reflection questions under the umbrella of how will you choose to take your education? Will it be virtual? Will it be in person, conventional, or oral lineage? Another question could be financial. How will you support this venture of yours? How will the finances play out? Moving on to question number 2, and that is when. We've all heard the saying, there's a time and a place. So now with this question of when, we are focusing on when is the right time for you to start. Is it now? Is it 6 months from now? Now it's a fine line between trying to plan things out and analyze them. Is this a good time for you to start? But also we can get caught down that rabbit hole of trying to have all of our ducks in a row and everything be perfect before we begin. And we want to find that rhythm and balance. We want to check in with ourselves and see if there are any huge, profound outliers. And if not, perhaps this is the right time to start on that venture. And to make those dreams come true. Are you ready for question number 3? This one might actually be the simplest question of them all. Where? Your macro and micro environment. So macro environment is where will you allow the universe to take you? If you go in person to an herbalism program, will it be out of state? Will it be out of the country? And then your micro environment of where will be what you set up for yourself for study and for your ambiance and for your environment, whether it be inside your home or if you tend to enjoy being out in nature. If you have stuck with me, friends, we are to our final and largest question of all. And that is the question of why. We have now kind of come full circle because this big question of why is truly subjective and personal to each and every one of you. Sometimes it can take years to answer the question of why. But if you see this map here, going through all of the questions before the why, it brings you back to that seed of desire, of wanting to become an herbalist. I truly hope this video has been helpful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I am grateful for your time, for watching this, and I will catch you in the next one.